A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a powerful display of solidarity, thousands of farmers gathered at the Eikon Exhibition Centre in Lisburn to protest against proposed modifications to inheritance tax that threaten the future of family-run farms across Northern Ireland. The demonstration, organized by the Ulster Farmers Union, attracted not only farmers but also politicians and agricultural leaders, all united in their opposition to the government's recent announcement of a £1 million cap on agricultural property relief, APR. This change, set to take effect in April 2026, is seen as a major threat to the next generation of farmers, who may find themselves unable to inherit their family farms due to prohibitive tax burdens. The farmers' concerns were echoed in a cross-party letter sent to Chancellor Rachel Reeves by all of Northern Ireland's MPs, urging her to reconsider the implications of the budget announcement. The APR has historically allowed farmland and associated properties to be exempt from inheritance tax, but under the new rules, only the first £1 million will be protected, with anything above that subject to a 20% tax rate. Paul Crawford, a farmer from Island McGee, poignantly illustrated the emotional stakes involved, bringing his 9-month-old son Rowan to the rally. Already he will sit there and chat to the calves and the lambs all day long, Crawford shared. But if these sort of rules come in, there might not be the opportunity for him to do that and carry that on. This sentiment was echoed by young farmers like Catherine McAdoo, who emphasized that it will be the next generation that bears the brunt of the consequences if the tax situation is not resolved. Among the attendees were prominent political figures, including First Minister Michelle O'Neill and Agriculture Minister Andrew Muir, who stood alongside Ulster Farmers Union President William Irvine. The presence of these leaders underscored the seriousness of the farmers' plight and the urgency for a resolution. Martin Cunningham, a farmer with dreams of taking over his family's farm in the Belfast Hills, expressed his fears about the financial burdens that the tax changes would impose. "If this farm's handed down to me, I'll have an incredible tax bill to pay," he lamented. "I'll have to sell land in order to pay that. I'm going to have to sell land over the value of £200,000. It's not simple to sell land up here. It's either all or nothing." This reflects a broader concern among farmers that the new tax regime could dismantle generations of agricultural legacy. The proposed changes to the inheritance tax are expected to impact approximately 1/3 of farmers in Northern Ireland, with the dairy sector particularly vulnerable. As land values have increased, the average farm now sits at about 100 acres, and many farmers are already feeling the strain of rising costs and low profit margins. Ian Buchanan, a farmer from Dungiven, voiced the widespread anxiety within the farming community, stating that the changes could be the final straw for many struggling farmers. "The return we get on an investment on a farm is well known to be around 0.5% net profit per year, which is peanuts," he explained, highlighting the reliance on subsidies that make up 60% to 80% of farm income in the last decade. As farmers prepare for a significant rally in London, scheduled for Tuesday, they are calling on Chancellor Reeves to reverse the proposed changes. However, the Treasury has thus far rejected any proposals aimed at softening the impact of the tax changes. The upcoming demonstration is expected to draw as many as 40,000 participants, marking a critical moment in the fight for the future of farming in the UK. The Prime Minister has defended the changes, asserting confidence that the majority of farms will not be affected. However, farmers and their advocates argue that the changes will lead to damaging consequences for family businesses and food security in the long term. The Country Land and Business Association estimates that as many as 70,000 farms could be impacted, a figure that has been met with skepticism by some economists who argue that the number reflects potential valuations rather than actual tax liabilities. As tensions rise and protests loom, the farming community stands at a crossroads, fighting not just for their livelihoods, but for the preservation of agricultural heritage that has sustained families for generations. The outcome of this struggle will not only determine the fate of individual farms, but will also shape the future of agriculture in Northern Ireland and beyond. As the rallying cry echoes through the fields, farmers across the UK are poised to make their voices heard, demanding a reconsideration of policies that threaten their way of life. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.